Hey there, welcome back. It's me, and today we're diving deep, like really deep, into how high value women talk to men. And listen, as a guy, I'm going to give it to you straight. This is exactly what I wish more women understood earlier. So grab your coffee, find a cozy seat, because by the end of this video, the way you speak and the presence you hold will shift. Big time. The power of words and presence. What if I told you that the way you communicate can either pull men in effortlessly or quietly push them away without them even explaining why? Most women are taught to be overly nice, to explain every little thing, to soften their sentences so they don't come off as too much. But here's the truth. High-value women don't operate like that. They speak in ways that naturally command respect, without raising their voice, chasing, or playing games. You've probably heard people say, just be yourself. And while that sounds good in theory, no one really teaches how to be yourself in a powerful, attractive way. It's not about rehearsed lines or tone. It's about energy, timing, and presence. When your words come from self-worth, not insecurity, you become magnetic. That's not just an idea. It's real. What high-value women don't do. Let me be real with you. There are certain phrases that feel natural to say, but actually communicate anxiety, insecurity, or shaky emotional boundaries. Like, do you still like me? Or, why haven't you texted me back? They sound vulnerable, but what they really say is, please reassure me. And trust me, guys pick up on that. High-value women don't chase clarity through words. They let our actions speak for themselves. Then there are those emotional threats. If you don't do this, I'm gone. That's not power. That's emotional blackmail. A high-value woman doesn't shout her boundaries. She lives them. Her behavior says everything, because when your words are rooted in self-respect, you don't need to beg, you don't plead. You simply express, observe, and adjust. That's confidence we notice. Silence, pauses, and presence. One thing I've seen that sets high-value women apart? Silence. Yep. When she doesn't rush to fill every pause with nervous chatter. That's when we notice her most. Picture this. There's a pause in conversation, and everything in you wants to fill it. But she doesn't. She lets it hang. She trusts she doesn't need to entertain or overcompensate. And yeah, silence can feel uncomfortable. But that discomfort is where the power lies. It flips the dynamic. Suddenly, we're the ones leaning in, trying to reconnect. That's a shift in energy, and it's real. And that kind of silence? It teaches patience. It holds presence. It tells a man, without a single word, I'm not here to impress. I'm here to observe. It gives space for him to rise, for you to breathe, for truth to land. It's not about being distant. It's about discernment. And when you've felt that kind of silence, you never want to rush again. Calm, clear, non-reactive communication. Let me tell you, high-value communication isn't about being perfect with words. It's about being calm, clear, and non-reactive. So when he flakes, when he takes too long to reply, you don't go into punishment mode. You stay intentional. You don't perform. You don't explode. You keep your tone even, your words clear, and your self-respect intact. Because here's the deal. When you're reactive, you give us the control, but when you stay centered, you hold the power. Boundaries that speak volumes. Boundaries aren't about telling a man what to do. They're about showing what you allow. And trust me, we notice. When a high-value woman sets a boundary, she doesn't explain it. She just lives it. If she senses disinterest, she leans back or walks away, quietly. That shift in energy, we feel it instantly. But when you have inconsistent boundaries, like just this one time, it chips away at your confidence. Guys pick up on that, and some will test it. If you fold, we learn that you'll always fold. That's not how respect is built. High-value women don't train a man to disrespect them. They attract the ones who already know how to show up. And when she says no, she doesn't get angry. She gets clear. She exits draining conversations the same way she entered them, with grace. She protects her energy. She understands her energy is sacred. Always being available doesn't make her more lovable. It makes her emotionally depleted. So when a guy shows up with lukewarm effort or breadcrumb behavior, she doesn't argue. She just disappears. Not to punish, but to protect her peace. She's not bending to fit someone else's comfort. She's not dialing herself down to seem easy. She knows real love doesn't ask her to abandon herself. Her boundaries say, "This is what I allow," not, "This is what I'll put up with until I get tired." They're not set during fights. They're visible in her day-to-day presence. She never has to say, "I'm high value." We can feel it. And when she lives that way, she doesn't attract confusion. She attracts clarity. She doesn't audition for love. She curates a life. And only men who truly get the invite will stay. That's what self-worth looks like. Not loud, not defensive, just undeniably clear. And clarity is magnetic. When he tests you. I love this part. It's so important. Because here's what a lot of women don't realize. Men will test you. Not because we're trying to be cruel, but because we're unconsciously checking for something. Are you consistent? Are you grounded? Can we trust your emotional strength? Sometimes we'll pull away. Sometimes we make dumb jokes. Sometimes we go cold. And yeah, you'll feel that urge to explain, to panic, to fix it. But the high-value woman, she doesn't do any of that. She pauses. She breathes. She trusts herself enough not to take the bait. That alone sends a message. I'll tell you what changed the game for me. When a woman met my cool energy with her own cool calm. When I joked at her expense and she looked at me and said, "That didn't feel good." No drama. No guilt trip. Just a matter-of-fact reset. It hit. I felt it. Or when I started pulling away and she said, "Hey, I'm sensing some distance. If you want to reconnect, let me know. I won't chase." Again, so calm, so clean. She didn't collapse. She just stepped back and let me decide. That's the difference between someone who needs a relationship to feel okay and someone who chooses a relationship that aligns with their peace. And men respect that. Deeply. Real-life phrases. That work. Now let me give you the good stuff, the real talk, the actual phrases that land. Because this isn't theory. This is what works. Say he flakes, cancels last minute again. Most would ask, why would you do that? But the high-value version? She says, last minute energy doesn't work for me. That's it. No whining, no lecture, just the boundary. If he throws a playful jab, you must be hard to impress. Don't defend. Just smile and say, only when someone's not used to quality. That kind of confidence doesn't need an explanation. If things feel inconsistent, hot today, cold tomorrow, you don't get dramatic. You say, this feels confusing. I'm not available for confusing energy. And boom, just like that, the whole vibe resets. Here's a favorite of mine. He makes a disrespectful joke while flirting. You don't argue. You say, that didn't land well with me, with zero heat. That one line sets a whole new standard. Or he pulls back emotionally. You say, I'm not sure what this is anymore, so I'm going to step back. No blame, no breakdown, just self-respect in action. And when he asks what you want in a relationship, don't give him a list. You say, I'm not here to convince anyone. I'm here to be aligned with someone who naturally gets it. That's what leaves an impression. Why this works. Now let me explain why all this works so well. It's simple. These sentences, when delivered calmly, carry power. They clarify, they ground, they don't manipulate. They set the tone. You're not demanding respect. You're living it. You're not begging for attention. You already own your presence. When your words and energy match, we feel it. Trust me. We stop seeing you as someone looking for approval and start seeing you as someone who knows exactly who she is. That's unforgettable. Living high value every day. But let's zoom out for a second, because this isn't just about how you handle a single conversation or one man. It's a full lifestyle. It's how you treat yourself, when no one's watching. It's in your inner dialogue. It's in your patterns. It's how you show up consistently. And yes, everyone has off days. But a high-value woman knows how to reset. She comes back to center. She checks herself and asks, am I chasing? Am I over-explaining? Or am I standing in my peace? She makes micro-decisions every day that reflect her worth. It's not about being cold. It's about being emotionally intelligent. It's not about being unavailable. It's about being discerning. And the truth is, your presence deserves reverence. You don't settle for anything less than aligned, mutual, grounded connection. Period. You first, always. Let me say something else that's crucial. Sometimes choosing yourself won't feel good right away. It'll feel uncomfortable, but that's okay. That's where strength is built. It's understanding that your boundaries don't make you difficult. They make you self-aware. It's realizing that being misunderstood is not as damaging as betraying your own values. It's knowing your softness, not a weakness. That softness, rooted in strength, is powerful. It's that voice inside that says, you're already enough. And actually listening to that voice, it's in the details, saying no to what doesn't feel right. Leaving a date when it drains you, not texting back just to keep things easy. It's honoring your energy like it's sacred currency, watching how it's spent and who spends it with you. It's about not explaining your boundaries, but noticing who respects them without being told. It's refusing to be defined by anyone else's approval. Your worth is already decided. It's giving yourself the compassion you've given away so freely to others. It's living your life with joy, not obligation. Alignment, not approval. It's not just about sounding like a high-value woman. It's about living like one. And when you do, you'll notice. Everything changes. The energy shifts. People start treating you differently because you've changed the tone of the room without saying a word. You stop demanding more. You start embodying better. And that energy, that's what people remember. That's what transforms the space around you. The wrap-up. All right, let's bring this all home. High-value women, they don't need to shout to be heard. They don't chase attention. They don't over-explain. They don't fill every silence with fluff. They speak with precision, with weight. They trust in their energy. They respond, not react. They communicate without drama. And they show men very clearly that their attention isn't owed. It's earned. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being in progress. You're not going to nail it every time. But you can start noticing the moments you fold, the moments you chase, and replace them with calm, steady clarity. You can trust your presence more. You can choose peace over pressure. You can walk away from what doesn't feel right and lean in when it does. You can stop decoding his energy and start protecting your own. Because when you move through the world whole, grounded and steady, the right men notice. The right people rise. You are not just part of the conversation. You are the room. Own that space and never apologize for it. If you're tired of confusion, tired of games, tired of feeling like you're not being seen for your worth, this is your moment. I believe in you. You don't need to do more. You just need to remember who you are. Speak less. Move with purpose. Don't settle. Stand in your worth and let the rest rise to meet you. If this resonated with you, drop a comment and tell me which phrase you're going to start using first, or share the moment you're most ready to approach differently. Let's build a space here where women speak with power, move with peace, and rise together, conversation by conversation. Because your voice is your power. Own it, queen.